So DC United tomorrow, a completely different roster. What do you think of the moves they made this offseason?
Well, obviously they made a lot of changes. I think the other night when we watched them, I think it was 7 new faces on the field. So it'll be an interesting game. Obviously, there's guys on that team that we know in Jeff Park and Eddie Johnson. But both teams right now are trying to do the same thing, get ready for March 8th.
Are you surprised Brad wasn't included with the U.S.?
No, I think Jurgen made the decision that he was going to go without MLS players, and I guess right now he considers Clint a Fulham player, I guess, until he returns to MLS. And Bradley was included because Toronto doesn't have a game. But I'd already had an idea that he was probably not going to bring Brad or DeAndre in.
How are you guys set up compliance-wise, and I guess specifically anything going on right now with Showery?
We're trying to resolve all those issues, sort of as we speak. So there's a lot of balls up in the air right now, just trying to get compliant and make sure we've got all that taken care of. But we're very close to all that, so there'll be some announcements, coming along the way.
Last year, you guys won the Desert Diamond Cup. This year, playing in the championship game for the Carolina Challenge Cup. What benefits do you see getting more trophies in the case?
Well, anytime you can win a trophy, you want to do it. You don't want to give it away. But on the same token, we know that we want the real hardware that takes place in the MLS season, and that's our goal. But anytime we can establish a winning tradition within our group, it's important.
Seems like maybe a little more player union contract and referee contract issues are coming up this time of the season. Are you hearing any buzz among your own team, or how do you kind of hope the whole thing plays out this contract period?
In terms of the union, you mean? I'm not in that loop or on that side. It's really a question for MLS. I think everybody hopes that it doesn't end in a situation that's going to be bad for the players or for the league. But they have a lot of time still to get things resolved, and hopefully everything will be resolved. But it's above my pay grade.
Last day of training here in South Carolina. How eager are you to get back to Seattle and get the season underway?
We're looking forward to getting the season underway. We want to get to Seattle, obviously, because that's required for us to get the season underway. We hope the weather warms up in Seattle for us as well, so that our fans have a nice afternoon to come to the game on March 8th. But the guys are getting antsy. The guys are excited. Guys want the real thing to start.
Is this kind of a recent bump between sort of Seattle warm weather place, Seattle warm weather place? Is that the way y'all going to keep doing it, or could you see Arizona sort of becoming what it is to baseball, and y'all just set up camp there for a while?
Well, I think we've consistently gone to Arizona for part of our preseason time period. We had wanted to come here because we hadn't been to this tournament. We had made a commitment to that, but I think Arizona is always going to play a role in our preseason, whether it becomes the entire preseason or it becomes a good portion of preseason. But I think it's always going to be a role for us.
Is there some advantage to doing part of it in Seattle?
The thing is, guys are away from home so long. You don't want them away from home that long. And oftentimes in Seattle for us in February and that, we're still able to train. It's like it's not like we've got snow on the ground and things like that to prevent us from doing that. This winter maybe has been a little bit colder than the last one, so it's a little bit by ear with that. But we always have that flexibility of going on the turf field, and so I think letting the guys get back home, seeing their families, and then going again, I think is the best way.
Thank you. Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thanks.
Give your full 90 with the Sounders FC mobile app, featuring live audio, matchday blog, and much more to keep you connected. Download your app at soundersfc.com/mobile.